Welcome! Let's get started with the first template syntax feature, properties. Okay, so let's grab an example to get us going. Take the following color sample div. So this is not an Angular component, it's just a plain div, okay? So this div, like any other document element, has an associated DOM element. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we click the element and we switch to the console and we output the variable $0. Okay, so $0 is a Chrome console feature that prints the last element that we clicked in the elements panel, okay? So it looks, we can see here, it looks like we are just printing the HTML tag, but this is actually the DOM element itself. In order to prove that, let's manipulate the color of the div via the style DOM element property. So style.background equals blue. So as we can see, $0 is the DOM element, as we've mentioned. So there are numerous DOM properties like style and many others that allow us to do all sorts of useful things. Let's now change the color of this div by using the Angular properties syntax instead. So using the angle bracket notation, we set the background color to red, we refresh, and the div is now red. So as we can see, the template property syntax can be used as a generic mechanism for reading and writing to DOM properties. So let's now see what else we can do with it. Let's now, for example, use it to disable a button. Let's just add a button and set the disable DOM property of the button to true. Now what's really important to realize is that the disabled property is not an Angular specific mechanism, okay? So this is a native DOM property and we are just using the template mechanism to write to it. So if we now refresh the page, we can see that the button is now disabled. So everything is working as expected, but there's something else going on here. To see it, let's now use the property syntax to make an input field mandatory. So we create an input field and we mark the required property to true. If we now refresh the page, we can see that the input is marked as mandatory. But this time, let's inspect the HTML. So as we can see, the input now has a required attribute. And we might be led to believe that it was the template syntax that added this attribute to the HTML tag, but that was not the case. So what happened here is that we did write to a DOM property, but for certain properties, like it's the case of required, the browser will keep in sync an HTML attribute with the corresponding DOM property. We can also use the property mechanism to hide elements using the DOM hidden property, although as we will see, we should prefer ngIf. So if we refresh the page, the div is hidden as we would expect. And these are only a few examples. With this mechanism we have access to any of the numerous DOM properties that browsers make available. Now, what happens if we write to a property that is not used by the browser? Let's try it. We create a div and we write to a property that is not a native DOM property. So, as we can see, Angular now throws an error. This is because we are writing to a property that won't be read neither by the browser nor by our application as a component input, so this is most likely an error, maybe just a typo.